Opportunity.
Control.
Freedom.
Exciting.
Laughter.
Flexibility.
Empowerment.
Choice.
The older population in Dorset is set to increase from 24% to 35% over the next 20 years. And the life expectancy of people with learning disabilities will continue to improve. This will mean a rising demand for council services. Despite a challenging financial climate, the public have higher expectations about the quality of their care now and in future. The government believes we are now entering the most important time in a generation for adult social care. It is providing Dorset County Council with £4 million in funding over the next 3 years to transform the way adult social care is provided. Our vision is a living, thriving Dorset where everyone has a part to play in creating a better quality of life.
Firstly, it's about making sure that people are well informed, that people have got good information about the choices open to them. Secondly, it's about making sure that people have got some choices and that they also have control over the kinds of services that they have. They are part of the solution rather than being done to. Rather than people providing services for them, it's a case of what do they want, what's important to them, and how should it be configured in a way that's going to meet their needs best. It's about making sure that agencies like people in social services, in local government and the health service work well together. Local people don't worry who provides services for them. What they worry about is that they have a reliable service at the time they need it and if it's of good quality. What we want to do in the future is to tailor the services to the individual needs, to create things that are right for you as a person and only you.
One aspect of transforming social care is the development of person-centred planning.
What is important to you?
My family.
Your family.
My health.
It's about what are the things that have been important to you during your life? What have your interests been? What football team did you follow? Did you have any particular hobbies? Did you go to a particular kind of church where you want to follow up that belief in your older age? It's really about tailoring what we do in our services to the things that people regard as being most important to them.
Councils are also being encouraged to roll out flexible personal budgets for all eligible and vulnerable adults by 2011, which will give much more choice and control.
Personal budgets are very flexible compared with the old way of receiving services. You get your pot of money and it's up to you to use it to meet your outcomes that have been identified.
In the past, people would be assessed by council staff and then given, for example, 6 hours of council services such as home care. They would then be charged according to their means. In the future, social care will still be based on an assessment of people's eligibility, and they will still be charged according to their means. But service users will be much more involved in assessing their own needs and given an allocation of money up front. They will then be able to make decisions on how to use their money to buy council services or non-council services in their area in a mix and match approach.
Well, having the personal budget was amazing because it meant that I was able to do things that I wasn't before able to get out and do. It was like I'm like in a concrete cell, if you like, looking at the TV. That's all I had was the television and the radio.
Elizabeth suffers from rheumatoid arthritis and uses her personal budget towards social activities to get her out and about, such as going to the theatre.
There's enough money for me to be able to go out and enjoy life. I can go out, I can go to the pictures, I've been coming to shows, the last one we saw was Flash Dance, and it was just amazing, you know. It's cheered me up, if you like. It's just made life happier.
First off,
we always make a fuss of the dog. Sometimes I get her food ready, and she does like to be hand-fed, so she gets spoilt sometimes.
Not me, the dog. This is.
Evelyn, a retired social worker, needs support due to her visual impairment. The majority of her budget goes towards employing her personal assistant, who helps her with a wide range of different activities.
Marion comes in a couple of hours. I've got another girl, Anne, comes in a couple of hours on a Monday, and we go out and have a meal, we go out for rides around the forest, we go and do shopping, go to garden centres. If I don't want to go out there, do bits and pieces around the house, turn my cupboards out, chuck anything out that should, has been in the fridge 3 weeks or something.
You've got various people that can come from the organisation. You can't get on with everybody. So we discovered that we got on really well. We've got the same sort of humour, haven't we?
Yeah.
And so it's just good fun, really.
When I first started doing it, I had the support of the social worker. Our own organisation came and made sure that I understood it fully, what I could do, because when you start off, you're not sure what you can spend it on. And it's a bit worrying because it's council money, not your own. But after a while, you get used to it, and they're always there to help you. You don't have to be on your own. I am reviewed very regularly, at least every 6 months, and sometimes more often than that. If they're in the district, they just pop in.
Some people will want to take full control of their own affairs, and we want to respect that and encourage them to do so. But we recognise that some people aren't going to want that level of responsibility.
Oh, it's very important that service users, carers are continue to be supported by professionals. We don't want to leave people high and dry to manage their support plan on their own. It's about making sure we give as much support as people need.
I have a PA which she helps me mainly in the morning, so Peter's able to go out shopping, because obviously at the moment I'm not able to run after Llewellyn, who is now 2.5, and he can run like a little demon.
Julie suffers from multiple sclerosis, which means that she is sometimes more able to do activities than at other times. She gets a lot of help from her husband Peter, and also employs 2 personal assistants with her budget. One helps her with her care, and the other looks after her son.
Having personal budgets has really helped us in many ways, because with my particular condition, MS, sometimes I'm quite down. Actually, at the moment, I'm not that great. So therefore, we need to spend more money on care. Whereas sometimes I'm a lot more able and a lot more active, so then we tend to go for more sort of activities to try to increase my mobility. There aren't that many restrictions. Basically you obviously couldn't use it, for example, to buy in food or your utility bill. It basically has to meet with your support plan, and it has to achieve certain aims. But basically, if you have an idea of what you'd like to spend it on, and you discuss it with your social worker, usually, there can be, some understanding can be reached. In fact, I feel we spend less time on the phone, because normally I had to get hold of Adam, our social worker, for any small slight alteration. For example, if I needed to be half an hour, I wanted our carer to come half an hour late, whereas now I can just go direct. So I feel that we actually save quite a bit of time overall.
The care system would fall apart if it wasn't for people's family carers. It's important people know that personal budgets are going to be available to carers in their own rights. So hopefully personal budgets will liberate carers to a better quality of life, and don't they deserve it?
With the PA, that works out quite well, because, for instance, like in the morning, when we have the help in the morning, I can go out, do the shopping, do a bit of housework, my favourite job, of course, and I find it quite flexible. In the evening, it actually gives me a break, because the lady that comes in the evening looks after Llewellyn totally, and Julie can sit down and have a break herself, and I'll pop out for an hour often, and it makes it a lot easier.